Hey gang, so here's my performance pyramid. And you can see, the reason those pyramids last so long is they have such a broad base. So this base for training, this is our stability and mobility. So there's some debate on which is more important or which should you train first, but really you look at the athlete and you see what they need the most. If they lack all kinds of mobility, then that's where you need to start. However, sometimes the mobility is caused by instability. So let me back up and explain it. I might have the range of motion to bring my heel to my butt, so I have good knee flexibility. I might have the range of motion to bring my knee up to my chest, demonstrating good hip flexibility. I might have nice ankle plantar flexion and dorsiflexion, again, demonstrating good flexibility at my ankle. But when we come to put it all together in a deep squat pattern that tests my mobility, things could break down. So it's like, okay, why do I have the flexibility at the individual joints, but I lack the mobility to do that pattern? Well, it could be strength. In our population, athletes, that's not typically the case. So it could be an instability somewhere. It could be an instability at the hip or the back. So that's where we would have to come in and build up the stability, to help us get the mobility back. Could also be that we've just lost that motor pattern. So it sounds kind of weird, like, what do you mean you lost a motor pattern? It's not your car keys or something. But sometimes because we create different patterns for different reasons, maybe we had an injury, we developed a different way of moving, we'll lose some of our basic patterns. And if that's the case, we have some tricks that we can use to get it back actually fairly quickly. So it all starts here. And again, this is May, this would be into late August, early September in a traditional off season. So these are the kind of things we start with. We'll also be working other things. We'll be working, general movement patterns. We'll be working deceleration patterns, acceleration, some energy system stuff with change of direction, just to get the body used to that type of movement so that when we add the next layer of the pyramid, which is functional strength, now really all strength should be functional if you're training for hockey, but I just call it that because we're going to put you in some positions where you have to stabilize while you're producing force. So instead of having you just lie on a bench press, doing bench press motions, might have you doing a standing cable press where you have to stabilize with your hips and your core in order to facilitate that, which is really how you do it on the ice. So that's what we're going for. I just call it functional strength to differentiate it from the max strength phase, where we're really going to be doing heavy lifting. So sets of 2 to 4 repetitions where we'll be doing a lot of our hex bar deadlifts, single leg squats, trying to build up the amount of force that we can produce. Again, we're also working on other things for our energy system training, working on speed technique, acceleration technique, short duration repeated sprints, medium duration shuttle runs, those kind of things. They all layer in, but this is the general progression. And then we culminate with our power. So that's where we're going to do our Olympic style lifts, where we're going to do lots of med ball work. Our plyometrics will take center stage, learning how to take that force that we produced during the max strength phase and learning how to apply it very quickly, explosively. That's what power is. That's what makes the difference on the ice. When you have that breakaway speed, with 2 strides you can get half a length jump on your defender. That's what makes a difference. So this is the pyramid, the performance pyramid. You can see that it all has to start down here. If we skip this level or we try to shortcut it and jump right into some max strength training, because we hear from players and parents, they come in and say, oh, he needs to be stronger, he needs to be stronger. If we don't think and we start up here without building this foundation first, you can see how it's going to crumble very quickly. So this is the pyramid that we have to take. This is the path we have to take. Just like the Egyptians, you got to build a lot of blocks on the bottom if you're going to get up as high as you can go. You know, if you want to skip steps and end up with a pyramid that's not as well built and is only this big and only this tall, you know, then that's up to you. But I'd way rather build the pie in the sky and have the best season ever. This is Maria from hockeytrainingpro.com with the Performance Pyramid. See you next time.